What happened?
It's your time to talk.
Seriously speaking, that time is the major issue. I look at the time and I look at what people are facing, and every day the time is tickling. Today is going, yesterday had gone, and no nothing to even no development. Things
Development,
are
no, I don't say there's no development. Development is on its way. De-
when
Development is on its way.
when is it
You just
coming?
don't expect development to come in just one day. It doesn't happen like that. When you plant a seed, does it germinate so quickly?
It will not germinate. So, but we've planted this seed for a long time.
Sure, farmers. We've been having different
Uh
farmers.
huh.
We've been having different fertilizers.
Okay.
We've been having different shades of everything.
Wait. So let's assume I'm planting yam now.
Yeah.
So do I have to wait for that yam
Yes.
to grow
Grow. Yeah.
before I will eat?
Yes. No.
So what will I now be eating before the yam
You can eat
grows?
rice. You can take beans. You can take bread.
When there is no other means. I saw
You.
one video. Was it not yesterday? That video is a funny video, seriously speaking. Though when you listen to the man talking, you get to some point you would want to laugh with
Yeah.
the way he was talking, but you could actually pick pains
From what
from
he's
what he's
saying.
saying. The man was like, I think the man is from this Osun state, and it was like, now there's no job where we've been taking Gary since all this time. We cannot even buy rice. Even the money that we are seeing, we are using the money to buy Gary. It is this Korokwe that I'm driving. And
Yeah.
I don't know whether you saw the video.
No.
He
No.
said it's
No.
Korokwe that I'm driving. The money we will see, we used it to buy
Gary.
petrol. The
Oh.
petrol
Okay.
self. The man was just, lamenting, and may the Lord help us. I
my
don't want
my
to.
I don't like at this point I've given up on lamenting, but rather I would
Okay,
just employ everybody, and I would employ you too. Let's just relax, pray to God,
I'm relaxing.
continue praying to God. It gets better.
We want to even japa now. The ticket is not making us to japa. What are you
How
now
much
going
is a
to
dollar
do?
to naira now?
I don't even want to know because I don't have dollar. It's naira that I have. I'm a patriotic Nigerian.
But you want to japa?
The japa. I just want to go japa first. Then
But it's a patriotic. I said it on the last episode. There is not a
I
gentle
love
person.
my country.
Yeah, sure you do.
I love my
But then
country,
you want to leave.
and I want to leave so that I can come back to do
So
the needful.
So when you leave, what do you want to go and do there?
I want to go and see and attend to some things. Then when I'm done with my attendance or whatever stuff that I'm doing there, then I will come back home.
Now, guys, see where I'm going to catch him.
Okay.
What do you love the most? What is that thing you can't do without?
Comfortability.
So imagine living that comfortable space to go and attend to something.
Do you know the problem we are facing now?
No, no,
I
just
told you that I'm checking the time that hey, today is going
today
already.
is going already. Today. It's afternoon already.
So now looking at that, my dear, I will japa first, then I'll come back.
My name is Yetty and you are welcome to Journey Matters.
Yeah, we want to welcome you once again to this great episode. Welcome to Johnny Matters. You know my name. My name still remains the same. My name is Nadini, and people call me Mr. Nicon.
Well, I think this particular episode we want to do, they are actually going to enjoy it because
Yeah.
I want us to talk about something that deals with culture.
Wow.
Yeah, culture.
Yoruba people will call it Asha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the culture and tradition. How does it not die? Like, how am I going to put it now? For people that have traveled out of the country,
Hmm.
they
Hmm.
don't. Why are you doing?
What? Continue. I don't
Okay.
want to interrupt.
For people that are out of the country, how do you keep the culture and traditions going, especially with your children that are not born in Nigeria? I know in Nigeria, if I'm doing something as a child, if I'm doing something that is not right, even if my mom is not there or my dad is not there or like any family member is not there, it's easy for Mr. Nikon to like correct me because he's older than I am. To like, stop it, don't do this, don't do that. But in the abroad, who sent you? Nobody knows anybody really. Like everybody is more like mind your business thing.
Of course,
Yeah.
yeah,
So like they don't correct people. It's more like you're your own. And all this our cultures and traditions are different from
yeah,
the
of course,
white. So
definitely.
how do we keep it going so it doesn't just die? Because I mean not lie, oh, this next generation, especially this Gen Z generation, I don't know. I really don't know. But
When you look at these present generations, you look at the way they dress, the way they talk, nothing like respect again. And some cannot even speak the language. You tend to now be thinking about the upcoming generations
it
and people that have traveled.
it is sad because
Hmm.
if it's like that right here, I do not expect anything less from people out of the country.
Yeah, and if you look at the numbers of people that traveled, at least for the past 2 years now, you would notice that we have a lot of families
Yeah,
that traveled with their children.
yeah,
And in one way or the other, those children, they are going to learn another culture
obviously, yeah.
over there. And what's now the hope for us in
Nigeria.
Nigeria?
Well, I think some parents are being intentional about it,
Yeah, yeah,
and some are not.
yeah.
So, like, my aunt and her kids came back a few years ago, and
Okay,
they just came for visitation to Nigeria because the kids have never been in Nigeria. They were never born in Nigeria at all.
okay.
So they came to Nigeria for the first time, and when they came, my mom was even still teasing. They speak on the phone and all. So their mom speaks Yoruba to them. So my mom is always saying, are these ones ever going to listen to what you are
They are
saying?
saying,
Do
yeah.
they understand? So my mom was trying to test one of them and she was like, you will boss me by phone.
Okay.
Then she called the child's name. I said, Monica, boss me by. And then she came and she was shocked. She was like, wow, okay.
Mm,
Lọ bá mi mú kinní yìí wá, and then she brought it, and she didn't know how to express herself,
yeah, yeah.
but she understood what my mom was saying, and even
Yeah.
my mom was like, you could see the joy in her face, like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, so even though you guys are brought up over there and everything, it doesn't tradition is still
It's
instilled
still
in you.
there.
There are
Yeah.
days where their mom is going to beat them, and to be my mom that was saying, social service is coming for
Yeah. I think one of my friend, we were talking on phone, and he based in UK, and we were talking on phone one time like that, and he said he was shouting at his children like, "Stop distracting me! Stop doing this!" So, and I said, better don't shout too much. He said, "You, Nicon, you know what? If I want to beat these children, I will lock them in the bedroom.
imagine.
I will beat them so that they will come back to their
Yeah.
senses. That see, I'm a typical Yoruba man, and what really helps us is the way our parents trained us.
Traders.
So I wouldn't allow any English country culture to now change the children for me. And we are not saying that their culture is not bad, but what we are saying is our culture will always remain our
Our culture, and
culture.
so it doesn't even die.
Yeah, so it's a must for us to promote our own personal culture.
And I think people have been doing a good job recently because
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
on Instagram, I've been seeing Yoruba children, like they are
yeah.
not between rather between the age of 7 to maybe 13, 14 years. They just come on Instagram and then they start speaking Yoruba, and then I'm like, it may not sound like the original Yoruba that will speak
But
because
at
they
least
will
you
have
can
the
pick,
accent,
yeah,
but then you can understand what they are saying and it is funny. And I'm like, wow, these people's parents actually tried. So it means maybe when they are home they speak Yoruba to them, and then
yeah.
when they go outside they
They,
speak the normal English.
which is nice, because that's the beauty of it. your children can speak fluently, and
Yeah.
at the same time they can still
They still
relate
understand.
when we talk or we speak in our own dialect. It's nice because we see some of parents that they gave birth in abroad, and even their children are not even recognizing them anymore.
Bruh.
You say dad, they say no, leave that dad. Who is that? You know, they follow their culture.
Mm,
I knew of a man. It's an old man, and that man happens to be a U.S. citizen.
yeah.
So I think he got married to a U.S. citizen over
Okay.
there. And the man, I don't know whether the man is still alive now, probably is late. I don't know. It's been long that I hear from him. But then the man will come down to Nigeria and will say, no, I want to remarry
In
in Nigeria.
Nigeria, really?
Yeah. So at times he will ask me, I need somebody. Do you have any responsible?
Sorry, do you have, I want to ask a question
Yeah,
so that
yeah.
we'll know how it is going.
Okay, what's
Do
that?
you have like a dating site?
I don't have a decent side
Do
though.
do you do
Oh,
is it hookup I'm going to call it?
I don't know what you want to call it because I don't know what you are saying. But I don't do that. But the thing is, we maintain a relationship
Oh,
because
okay.
anytime he wants to come home, I usually sell ticket for him.
Oh,
And if he wants to go on a local journey within the country, I also sell ticket.
ticket.
So, and being a gentleman with high level of humility, let me hide
Aww.
myself.
Aww.
So the man always want to hear or talk to me, relate with me.
Yeah.
And you know, these people that have stayed in abroad for years, when they see somebody that they can trust, believe me, there's nothing that they will not tell you because they don't have this secret, like they don't believe anything can happen to them.
Yeah.
So the man keep on saying, you know, I need a Yoruba woman. I want to have a wife in Nigeria. So you keep on asking, do you have any responsible? That was then, so that you won't be sending message that you are responsible. Now,
Unfortunately, they're not looking for any responsible woman right
yeah,
now.
right
Please try again
now.
later. Thank you.
So, but I asked him why.
Yeah. Okay.
He said he has 4 kids in US,
Yeah.
but he knew so well that he cannot claim those kids because now they know that truly he is their father, but they don't know anything about Nigerian culture, and the kids are not ready to come back to Nigeria. So now,
Okay.
if he dies, who is going to celebrate him?
Can I come in now?
Yeah, you can.
Well, unfortunately, it's a pity. It's going to be a pity if he's dead by now. But if he's not, and he's probably watching this, or you're in the same
Mm,
situation as he is, unfortunately, I don't blame those children. Neither do I blame the wife. You have your culture as a man, and as a woman, you are from different parts of the world.
yeah.
That's why I think in the first episode or the second episode, I really can't remember what episode, but there's an episode I mentioned both the father and the mother are the owner of the children. And in as much as you want to train, you should both train your children together. He knows his wife is not a Nigerian. He is the Nigerian. What happens to maybe every Saturday, let's assume you are the most busiest person in the world. But there will be one day you would leave aside for your children. Let them learn these things. This is what Yoruba is. This is how we do things where I come from. This is this. Tell them stories.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Cook up, even if you can't remember stories, cook up stories. Think of anything that can interest them
Yeah,
just for them to
yeah,
learn one or two. But as an adult now, you're telling me to just come back to one Nigeria I don't know anything about. I'm not going to follow you,
yeah, yeah.
especially with everything that goes on socials about Nigeria. And I'm sorry to say this, we have a very bad PR about Nigeria.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
exactly. So when you're not telling them to come to a country but that has bad PR, how do you expect them to
They are
follow
not
you?
going to come. They are not
Exactly.
going to come. But you know that situations, I may, I'm not going to blame the people that are facing it. Maybe hundreds,
Okay.
but at the same time, we can still fault them the
Okay.
way they are handling these situations. But at times, what of if the woman insisted that no, don't teach my children, don't take them Yoruba, or I don't want them to learn their culture.
Unfortunately, I have to say that such person married a very selfish
Yeah, that's it.
spouse.
So if the spouse is selfish, then the man does not have any
Then you're
option.
right.
So you don't have anything. So I don't really know what happened. Maybe the woman is such kind of
Let's
woman
just
we
assume.
want to assume. But you can imagine the person married are people from Nigeria, maybe
Yeah,
from other tribe.
yeah.
Nothing like that would ever happen because
No.
our culture is the same. We respect the country. An Hausa man will always be an Hausa
And
man. Igbo
also,
man will always be an Igbo man. Yoruba
and
man will, and
especially the good thing about Igbo people is no matter how educated you are, and
mm-hmm.
they will always want their children to like
Yeah, to
learn their
learn.
culture
Yeah, to
and
learn their
stuff.
culture. Yeah, that's Igbo people. I think Yoruba people too. We
And
also
we're not
love
trying. They're trying. They're
and
trying.
Hausa man is, I love them so well. They don't even travel. If they want to travel, maybe they travel for relaxation, or
Yeah.
maybe they travel to go and learn something that they can implement
Now
in their own country, like a Greek.
thinking about it now. Have I ever seen an Hausa person that traveled before?
They traveled.
Not like japa, not
Hausa
like
people don't usually japa like that. The japa thing is common
amongst
between,
Yoruba and
amongst Yoruba and
Igbo.
Igbos, and we are the one that move out, to we move to a country with our families.
Yeah.
We are the one that we have our kids in abroad. Like, okay, we want to ensure that we give back in this
In
country
this
100%,
country, my child must be
and
a
it must
citizen.
be a citizen. But we still have some other Hausa people too,
Yeah.
but they are not much
Okay.
compared to both
Yoruba and
Yorubas and Hausas. So, but they go for trainings more than the
yeah,
Hausas and more than
Yoruba
the
and
other tribes.
wow,
They go for training. They are people sponsors them a lot.
a lot.
Yeah, a
Wow,
lot.
that's nice. That's a new
So
discovery
most especially on agriculture.
on agriculture.
Oh,
Wow, that's really
I
nice.
give it to them. My Hausa people, I love you. I give it to you.
That's really
Now,
nice.
so we are saying something on this
Culture, yeah.
the culture of the thing. I think the parents are the ones that need to do
Wow.
much. If you traveled abroad, it is nice to born in that country, to have a citizens if the country allows or is giving out a birth citizens to the kids. But by and large, try as much as possible to train your child. Let them understand the language,
Wherever they are
the
from.
culture, wherever they are from. Don't just, you can't have a kid in a strange land or in a foreign land for 10, 15 years. You're not bringing them back home.
And
And
then
at that level, when they are matured, you're now saying, no, you have to go back home. Go back home to do what? It's not going to work.
funny enough, it was my aunt's children that they were little, not like little. I think the first child was around 10, and
Okay.
then the youngest was maybe, let me assume 7, 8.
Okay.
They were the one that actually requested that they wanted to come back home.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I want to see what Nigeria looks like. There's this mountain I saw on
Yeah.
Nicon,
Yeah.
so I want to come and see
So
how
they've been showing them something interesting.
interesting. Then apart from showing, they tell them you're Nigerian, you're from Nigeria,
Yeah.
but you come here, boss me by, do this, do that. So, and the kids we have now, they are of the jet age, and
Mm-hmm.
yes, thank God for computer and Google.
Mm-hmm.
So it's easy for them to Google these things and
Mm-hmm.
then see what it looks like. Okay, actually want to come here.
Mm-hmm.
So my advice to all parents today would be intentional. Really, be intentional about your
Yeah.
culture. Be
That's
proud of your
all.
culture. Yes, be proud of your culture
And also, a Nigerian will always be
in
a
Nigeria.
Nigerian, and no matter what, our country will be better very soon. And we are hoping that very soon our country will be a country that even the foreigners would also love to come and
I
visit.
I should get a round of applause.
Yeah.
I should get a round of applause.
Yes.
Please clap for me, clap for me, clap for me, clap for me.
So
Because when he came in, he didn't come in with this tone. But now, after preaching to him, Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, yeah. So I'm optimistic. I'm hoping, and also if it can happen in some other countries, it
It can
happens in
happen, yeah.
UAE, it happens in Singapore, and some other countries. Who tells you that it cannot happen in Nigeria? I think
Nigeria,
our
Nigeria.
government, they are just, once they are ready to do the needful, then the needful is going to be done.
I actually think they are doing the needful. It just I really wish there's a way I could explain it. But then when something is bad from it's just like building a house that the foundation is bad. In as much as you live in the house today, you fix this, tomorrow you fix that, this, that. Unless you have to start from the root, unless you have to start from the foundation before you can build a better house. So I think they are trying to fix the foundation that is faulty before you guys get a better Nigeria. But that does not mean if I have opportunity that I'm not carrying my life.
Yeah, but even if you japa, and for those of our people that are in abroad,
You still come back over
that are enjoying that land, I want to say well done to you guys. Oh. I know it's not easy over there too, but still remember that you are a Nigerian. Let's train these children. Let them understand the culture. Let's encourage them. Our culture must not die. Let's train them the way of life, starting from the way they respect culture. When you want to greet an elderly people, how do we greet? We prostrate. The ladies, they are going to kneel down to greet. But when you tell these new generations, even if they want to greet you, they will not even say good morning. No. When you want to greet me and you are just not here, I will not even answer you because you are not talking. I don't know what you are saying. Eh, Talk. You cannot out me greeting my own uncle. Mm, it's not possible, but we are adopting a new culture, which I'm not faulting it, but I think it's something that is I should not encourage, and I think it's something that parents also need to work.
Would you accept an handshake as a form of greeting?
If it's an official, you can't come into my office and ask you to now prostrate. No,
Okay,
it's not going to work.
let's assume I come into your office and you know me obviously, and then I come into your office and I'm like, Mr. Nicon, good morning.
Maybe it's you.
Yeah.
You are not here, I know. So, but if it's somebody that I know, my younger sister,
Yeah.
coming to my office and I say, "Bros, what's up?"
Yeah.
That's rude. That's not our culture. That's not our culture. Even if I let me say, okay, naughty girl, okay, how are you? I'm just taking that. But when we talked about culture, from the greeting,
Yeah.
you have to show it. The way we talk, we show it. Yoruba man, and you know one thing, one of the things that open doors for people is disrespect.
Yeah.
It opens doors. And for people that are working in abroad, we are not saying that you are not going to get a nice job over there. But you may think, or you don't know what can happen. You may wish to take any stuffs or things in Nigeria. You may want to run a political offices or something in Nigeria. You may want to establish a company in Nigeria. Or if you lack this culture, the business is not going to strive. We don't want to know the amount of money that you are bringing from abroad to Nigeria. Our culture is highly important because imagine you want to build a company in a community, that you would have to see the Royal Highness of that country, and you are now seeing His Royal Highness, and I say, what's up, nigga? Yeah, I just want to do this here, man. Nobody is going to listen to you. They can even nigger you and you continue niggering. So culture is important. Let's train. It is what we train these people.
That's what they will train their own children.
And that's what they will live with.
Yeah, exactly.
So they are uh, taking care, teachings, guiding. It's our responsibility as a parent. Unless, once again, no matter what, Nigeria will always be a better country. And we are hoping that very soon foreigners will also come.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of tourists coming to Nigeria, and everybody is rejoicing like, I see the future of Nigeria. I'm looking at it like this.
Oh, I wish I had to
Save this date.
president. I wish I had President Tinubu's number right now. I'll just call him there. Should make Mr. Nicon ambassador for tourism.
Oh, in fact, that's the only thing that I want. Give me that political appointment. Sincerely speaking, tourism go hear ham. Then go here. Now I'm doing the campaigning now. So, but sincerely, I see future Nigeria. Seriously speaking, I see foreigners coming for an holiday in Nigeria. I see some of our tourist centers growing up, developing, and competing with these global tourist places. But that is not what going to happen tomorrow. Like, it's a process,
Yeah.
and that's why we are saying the future Nigerians. So, and who are the futures? We are the futures. So keep on watching Johnny Matters, and also try as much as possible to subscribe. On this note, personally, from me, that your humble man, the guy with high level of humility, I want to say goodbye to you and thank you.
Yeah, I think he has said it all, really. I think he has said it all. But make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, make sure you share Journey Matters with your friends and family. And for me, my parting shots today. Be intentional. Be intentional
Yeah.
about your children. Be intentional about your culture and traditions. Don't let it die. You didn't
Mhm.
die. Your parents trained you in a certain way. In as much as we are trying to like take some things out, make sure you don't take everything out. Give them those important values that help you to do what you have to do. It's quite important. My name is Yetty, and well, you know you can always call me. Bye.
Bye.